No, we gotta design. Okay, so we gotta think about this. What's the first goal of our space program? I'd say the first goal of our space program would be to reach space and then come on back. Followed by, I'd say, putting something in a stable orbit. And if we can achieve that, I think that'll be plenty for us. Given the grisly toll enacted so far, we are going to use the Stay Putnik command system for this craft. Because holy crap. At least for the first spacecraft, which will basically just be first a parachute, actually wait, this thing is unmanned, why the hell do I care? Put a pair of battery packs onto it. That should provide it with all the juice it needs. And fuel and an engine. That's about let's go with the more moderate fuel tanks for now. And of course we're gonna have to do it in stages. Comparatively reliable model. Thrust vectoring. Thrust vectoring. Thrust vectoring sounds good. Actually, given that the plan is just to go to space and just see what we can do, I'm just gonna put on the standard business. This will be one stage, and then we put a decoupling thing. You can see the rocket is automatically filled out. After that, the next stage, where it's just more of this. Also, we'll want correcting flight controls continuously. Yes, we'll want that. And we'll try okay, we have SAS. We won't be using RCS for this, I think. No, we won't need hardly anything, hell. Let's just see what the hell we can get to the moon, yeah? Sounds good. That said, 2 stages? Yeah. I hear Skype. Attach them via radial decoupler, hydraulic detachment manifold. Alright, I like it. Let's go with that's not even at all. It's not really even either. But let's try this. in terms of stuff, he said eloquently. Okay, the basic principle here is big fuel tanks here. Wow, that's going to be interesting to fly. This thing is completely asymmetrical and weird and dumb. Also, they're going to break the central engine when they detach. Yeah, no. Too big. These ones are at such a size where they may not ruin everything forever. Alright, let's, just regular engines. There we go, put them on every available... Wait a second, I should do that with these. Start with this. There we go. Then we mount the fuel tanks in fours, followed by the engines. Yeah, can you see the problems already? Problems starting to multiply. I'm trying to think of how to do this. It's only a two-stage rocket. Alright, I'll set it up and we'll see. Okay, Endeavour 1 should be ready to go. The basic plan is this. On liftoff, the 5 engines will begin burning all at once. They'll draw from their own fuel tanks and the central fuel tank. Once all that's exhausted, it will detach. The second phase will begin, this will retract, and the engine will burn. And we'll get this as high to the sky as possible, hopefully achieving escape from the gravity of Kerbin. And we'll see what happens. This, I'm glad there's not a person in it. I'm just glad there's not a person. Just don't tip over immediately, please. It's wobbling. Oh, Jesus, it's wobbling pretty bad. Better get this underway. Throttle up. The wrong engine is firing. Oh, this is certainly going fucking fast. This part was not supposed to do that. Just trying to angle it a little so it doesn't fall right onto the freaking... The stages are still the things that give me the most grief. Alright, maximum height achieved is... it'll get decently high. Just out of curiosity, how are we doing for energy? Oh, we're doing fine. This thing might even have too much battery power. Not bad considering freaking... Yeah, we'll be hitting our apoapsis soon, and then we'll be going back down. It's a nice view though. My first attempt at rocketry fails because I still don't understand goddamn stages. I didn't want to just off camera the very first one of this though. It's going down though. We have rotational control. That's literally it. No fuel left. We can set her into a spin if we wanted. Ooh, now here's a disorienting idea. Alright, let's try to even it out somehow. No, I don't think that's gonna happen. Not at this phase. We are dropping like a bomb. Accelerate the time scale 3 times. Thus goes Endeavour 1. Impacting as fast as gravity can drag it down. And there you go. I'm amazed we got that far. Okay, we can mess with the stages. Here, the rocket is wobbly. But Endeavour probably deserves more than that. Unless the thing spontaneously tips over. Does it go in reverse fucking order or something? I think it does, honestly. In which case... we want all this shit down there. Let's commence. Yes, it goes in reverse order, which I think maximum drop is you see how it eats the food? It just eats the food. The central tank was feeding it all floors. So we're taking on so much extra weight at this point. The fins are the only thing keeping us as soon as this one's out, it should detach. Oh, no, I have to manually do that. Alright, kick in the burn. At full throttle. And we continue to go upwards as much as possible, which is not very possible. This thing doesn't have any control on it. Its fuel will run short quickly. And we managed to get about this far into the sky. Alright, engines out, fuel's out. Admittedly, it is quite a distance. Yeah, this thing could use some guidance control, honestly. So, does this thing have... chase camera? Whoa. Yeah. A little bit disoriented. If I could give you the cockpit view, I totally would at this point. Maybe I'll just start hitting buttons at this point, because, I mean, what's it gonna do? There's the moon, by the way. The SAS system. Alright. Which immediately evens out our shit. This is the high water mark, everybody. In order to actually get to the moon, look at that. You can't even tell Kerbin from our stuff. Alright, looks like we're going down on land, yeah. Planetary gravity still has us. It's an inevitability. All we can do is time warp at 4. Considering we're so close to a planet, if we were farther out, the game would let us accelerate time faster, but this works. And boom. There is nothing left of the craft to even make a mark. That's fine though. We're learning slowly about what should be done and what should not be done. The decoupling happens smoothly, at least. I would consider this mission a success when we break free of gravity. And to do that, we need a bit more of the guidance. To achieve that, the type that are used for thrusters. I think that's it, yeah. Compact fuel tank. Compact, yeah, right. RCS fuel tank. That's what I want. Look at that, even that thing is a beast. We'll take an RCS fuel tank for some thruster control. Still unstable on the ground, but it does stand up, which is really all I care about. We're probably going to need to add more fuel as well. I wonder what removing the central fuel tank or the central engine would do. So remember, the more weight you have, the more troublesome things are. Harder it is to get it off the ground specifically. We may have to redesign this. Actually, I'm getting a little hungry, so after this may be it. Yeah. Okay, let's give this thing some thrusters. Makes the ship stop spinning. recent discovery of a third law of physics. Let's go with 6. That should be way more than enough. In fact, I'm sure that's excessive. Let's go with 5. See how that goes. Endeavour 2 is ready for launch, more or less. Might even prove more stable. Or it might not. You know what, let's just go. Okay. So, very simple. We throttle up. Once again, I'm going to go at full. And lift off. There's 4 fuel tanks here. Should we drill off the central one too? Let's go. The central tank again? No. It's just done. That's weird. So the central tank didn't fire at all, even though I specifically connected them. In any case, we'll just burn for as long as we can on this fuel. And get a very impressive range out of it. Don't think we're going to escape the Earth. No, not like this. Just burning straight up. We will make it rather far. Now the question is, how do I control my thrusters? There's barely any reason to control our spin at this point. We are officially in orbital space, and we will get quite a distance away before the planet's gravity takes us back. In fact, it looks like we've broken free completely from the planet at this point, right? We're heading away. That's not how physics works, unfortunately. The question is, how do I... Okay, if the RCS ports are enabled, how does one fire the RCS? I suppose that's a good thing to figure out now. The ship is throttled up. Ah, well, there's no reason to keep the throttle up. See, now we can warp at a respectable time gap, and you can actually see the planet fading out of view, or at least getting smaller. It'll be back though. We'll be back. 500,000 meters from Kerbin on our freaking... I'm counting it as our 2nd attempt. Not bad. Yeah, with just some more rockets, we can just shoot out, but frankly, I consider this mission a success. Perhaps the next step is to send a manned module here when it falls back to Earth and make sure they make it back. The first Kerbals in space. I love that the music actually shifts we're still not quite to the high watermark point, everybody. We've made it, say, 7th and 8th of the way to the moon. There it is. We're gonna get there. One day. It seems completely unbelievable that anything would bring us back to the planet now that we're so far away. Shut down that engine. There isn't really a need for it. Yeah, look, the battery held out forever. RCS thruster. RCS ISP. Can't look at key bindings at this point. I will at some point. I can rotate the craft. I could rotate our view anyway. Not much point in rotating us. We're still headed out. This is the kind of stuff we would be seeing without light pollution and whatnot. And you can see at certain spots on the Earth. You can see the galaxy. That's the trippy thing. You can see our speed is going down. We're about to tip over. If I had been smart and saved some of my fuel for this point, we could very well have broken completely free. Probably not free of the sun, though. The sun is pretty badass. Hard to get away from it. We're going to reach the point very soon where we start going back down. Yeah. Let's accelerate it to 100 times. I'll probably call Kerbin Earth many times. You know, space is fucking huge. I mean, really. This game, even games like Sins of a Solar Empire, abstract the hell out of space. And there's faster than light travel, and the time scale is a little wonky. So even though it's real-time strategy, you know. Sword of the Stars does something like that, where each turn is a year, because it takes that long to go anywhere, because it's space, even with FTL. The Earth has got us, and we are moving at a hellacious speed. We don't have any brakes at this point. We could abort, but I don't see the point. Look at this. This is real time. This is not accelerated time. Now you see. It looks a lot slower on the way up, but on the way down, we are going down. Not terribly far from Space Command either, right? Yeah. A little bit. Just as night is falling. Or just as day is breaking, rather. Plunging straight down at a speed that if there was an atmosphere, would be completely, like, just pulverized, burned to death. In fact, you might start to see, suppose we can try rotating, but at this point there's not much point. She's gonna Thus endeth the flight. Now see, it seems like a catastrophic failure. Highest altitude achieved. The better part of 1,000,000 meters from the surface. Not to be too Carl Sagan about it. 26 Gs. A person would be beyond dead. And that was the mission. Yeah, I definitely think that'll be about it for this session. Thanks for watching, everybody. We have successfully gotten something into space. I'll work up some designs for some more intricate spacecraft, and we'll see if we can't get something into a stable orbit of Kerbin next time. And we'll see if we can't get somebody up there. That'd be pretty cool.